Hey everyone, Daniel here with another vinyl update. Now, I bought some of this stuff from 2 weeks ago up until last week, and I have some really goods to show you, and it's really awesome. Before I could start, I just want to say I had a very good week. Last 2 weeks have been amazing. Finding some good music and just really feeling like things are going a lot better lately. And I ain't complaining or anything like that. It's just wonderful to get some of this stuff throughout this 2 week period. And instead of rambling on, let's get to it. Now, the first two record I want to show is Laura. Sorry about that. Laura Branigan, Self Control. Everyone should know what that is if you're a fan of 80s music. I'm so sorry about this, guys. It I saw this at the book cafe and thought, wow, this is wow, that I know that song. I like that song. I know who Laura Branigan is. She did Gloria. Let me show you that again. Yeah, so that only cost me $5. Not bad. Pretty cool song, so I got that. Next is another one that I was really happy to get for $4 no less. The same day I got that Laura Branigan CD, and that is Phil Collins' No Jacket Required. Classic album, and just so many good songs on there from that time period, and I'm glad I have this record. $4. Again, that's just amazing. And plus, it has my favorite songs on there, like One More Night, Sussudio, and actually there's a bunch of good songs on that album. So very happy to get that. Another one I bought recently from that same place, the Book Cafe, is Men at Work, Business as Usual. And there's the band on the back. And this was something I was excited for because I really think they're a good me band. From Who Can It Be Now to, of course, Land Down Under, which I couldn't say no to, obviously. Just so many great things at that book cafe recently, and $4. So that's another nice choice to pick up. And I know you guys know what this is, and this album cost me $5 at the book cafe. Well, to be fair, I got them for good prices because they're used records, but they were definitely useful. This album, I could not resist. It was a definite pickup, and I wasn't going to waste an opportunity while I had it, and that is Pat Benatar, Crimes of Passion. Of course, if you watch Mr. Hall of Fame's videos, he's always like, he loves Pat Benatar, and and I don't sleep on it. I don't sleep on her. I'm just happy to say I'm glad I got this because this is a rock and roll album, and it's from a woman no less. Heck yeah, she's really great. I like the Pat Benatar. There's her in the band. Yeah, hit me with your best shot. Um, trying to look for the tracks on here. Oh, you got Hell's for Children. Um, wait, there's a song on here called Wuthering Heights. Probably a coincidence. I know there's a Kate Bush song out there called that. Could be just a coincidence, probably. Just coincidence. Yeah, this is just a really cool pickup, and Now, and this other pickup I got, which is funny because I was singing one of the songs that day at work, and later that day, after I got off work, I went to the book cafe with my friends, and I was looking for some more records that day, along with Pat Benatar and Men at Work. This one just ironically, not ironically, coincidentally was found the same day I was singing one of those songs, and one of those songs is on this album I picked up, so I thought that was a sign, or just pure luck, and that is Hall and Oates. Big Bam Boom. And this has the song Out of Touch. So when I saw that, that was the song I was singing at work to myself, and sure enough, this album showed up the same day I worked when I went to the book cafe afterwards, and oh man, this is pretty cool. I like that cover. I love the design of this artwork. Yeah, it's just John and Oates, but just the designs alone, just the artistic color, it just works so well for the times, and it's just so cool. There's no other ways to put it. It's just really awesome, and I can't wait to listen to this album since I like some of their music. Definitely can't wait to spin that record. Now I got two more left, and these are CDs. So since it's a pickup video, I decided to show these as well. This one I ordered online on eBay, and I never had this album, and I'm glad it came when it did, and it's a really cool album, and this is a really awesome band, and that's Faith No More, Angel Dust. This album to me is they're probably their best album so far. I mean they had Epic and all that beforehand, but this one is like Faith No More at its finest. Just their style and everything. It's hard to match up with that with a lot of bands. It's hard to find a band that has that same ability to make the way they play music. It's one of a kind. And I like the fact that it doesn't try to be too mainstream. I'm not saying mainstream is a bad thing, but they really wanted to do something that is definitely who they are, and not just to please the record label or anything like that, or a particular audience. This is why they're considered an iconic, legendary band, and the reason why there's a lot of influences from this band. Like a lot of bands after them, you could tell they had some influence or were inspired by Faith No More. But this is really cool, and though I find this back cover a little creepy, I don't know what I I don't know. There's just something weird about that back of this album cover. I don't even know what the hell's going on. I see meat and everything, I guess, and I see a cow. Should I be worried? That's a little unnerving for some reason. Like simulating he's in a slaughterhouse. Don't want to imagine. But yeah, I like this. This is a great a great CD. Heard the album before I bought it one time, and just really, really became a fan of that album. And the last one I want to show is a CD, another CD, and since I had bought that Phil Collins record, sure enough, I also found this on disc like 2 weeks later in the in the CD section, and this could have been any album by them, but luckily for me, this is something that I can definitely pick up because I like some songs that came from this album, and that is Genesis, We Can't Dance, from 1991. And this is like the last studio album with Phil Collins before he went separated from them, and that's when they made Calling All Stations, which we don't speak about. But there's some good tracks on here. And when I saw this, I'm like, I don't have a Genesis album. I mean, if it was Invisible Touch, that would have been just as good. But this is a good start with my Genesis collection. So, gotta start somewhere, and that is even though the thing says $2, but in that section they brought it down to $1 with taxes, with dollar and change. So definitely am glad I have this now. I do really like Genesis and Phil Collins. Even the Peter Gabriel era is awesome. I'm very neutral about that, so it doesn't matter which version. They both had good periods. Yeah, so that was Genesis We Can't Dance, and sorry if I ain't really saying much, it's just I'm a little out of it, so I apologize in advance. Just came back from a walk, taking care of some stuff, so my brain isn't really functioning like it should right now. But yeah, got this. Really excellent stuff. Yeah, that's all I have for now, and yeah, so I'm happy with those choices I picked up, and can't wait to buy more records soon, which won't be too long before I do that. But yeah, I ain't really got much to say right now. Usually I would go on a rambling, go on ramble alert. So I'm gonna keep this short, and I'll see you again soon. Later.